My wife just texted me from upstairs and said, "What's happening?" Because apparently I got so fired up in the Trey White video that's the state of my household right now. Okay, let's talk more about Morez Johnson's departure because some rumored details, have come to light in the last 12 hours. I will preface this. I don't know if you will agree or not, but I feel like we should preface this conversation by reiterating the fact everything we're about to discuss in this video is a rumor at best. Now, I think they are rumors that are coming from places we trust. I don't think these are rumors that are completely unsubstantiated coming from like at Illini 404 emoji. It's coming from people of power within Illinois basketball. But there are rumors on the way Morez Johnson's portal entry transpired. We're here to break those down and provide our own thoughts on this. Do you have anything before we jump into some of these details?
What's the phrase? When there's smoke, there's fire?
There's a lot of smoke.
Yeah, well, when there's fighting, there's a line mostly with this program.
That's a bar. That's
Yeah,
really good.
yeah, you
Yeah,
like
they
that?
they they really are the fighting Illini, aren't
They
they?
truly are the fighting Illini.
Okay. So Morez Johnson apparently, and then by the way, I guess the one thing we can say like concretely on record that's not a rumor is speak to some of the updates that the Illini beat writers have shared in the last day or so.
Mm.
Because between Derek Piper, Jeremy Werner, the guys at the Illini Inquirer, they have done great reporting as they always do on what is going on here. So I believe we referenced it in the video. It seemed like even the beat writer folks were taken by surprise, or at least had been telling people Morez was back, and then all of a sudden he wasn't. I believe it was Piper who told the story in audio form yesterday that basically Morez and Morez's father were on the phone with Illinois. I believe it was Piper, and basically asked where the portal rumors were coming from. The answer was Trilly Donovan. The family shut it down and said, "That's not true at all. We're fine. In fact, we have paperwork stuff signed. He's returning." I think Icon was named as like a factor in why Morez was coming back and what the preparation was to get him back. Obviously, in the end, that did not turn out to be true, but some substance behind like why was anyone from the Illinois side reporting that Morez was back? Well, because Morez's family told them that they were coming back.
Mm.
Something flipped in a 24-hour span. So credit to the Illini Inquirer guys for their reporting on this. Always very honest reporting from those guys, and they're doing a great job. The story from there that has been shared to social media, shared to us privately, just kind of all over the place, is that there have been some conversations from Morez himself and from Morez's family, mostly his father, with the Illinois staff sharing concerns about Morez Johnson's role. Specifically, sentences were shared along the lines of, "I'm not just a guy who can rebound, set picks, or dunk. I'm more than that, but the person running the offense didn't believe in me. I don't want my career to end up like Kofi Coburn and Dane Danger. Their development was hindered." I'm going to stop there. Your thoughts?
Let me start by saying this that I love Morez. Um, but we can laugh at the details of this, correct?
Yes, we can do whatever we
Okay.
want.
Um, Using a player whose jersey's in the rafters and was a two-time All-American is I don't want to be that guy is objectively hilarious. Truly. Like I get what he's saying. I get what he's saying role wise, but like also at the same time, like come on, dog. Like what Kofi average? Like 24 and 12?
Kofi Coburn, aka the two-time consensus All-American, two-time All Big Ten, the Big Ten All Freshman Team recipient, the Big Ten Rookie of the Year, the 2021 All Big Ten Tournament Team recipient, who averaged 17 points and 10 rebounds a game for his entire career, who averaged 21 points and 11 rebounds a game in his final season, where he was a first team All American. And his name and jersey are in the rafters at Illinois.
He's bringing that up like I don't want. What was that one dude's name? The 7-footer trans. I don't want to be Benjamin Verdansk. I don't want to put me in that role. Like it's Kofi Coburn we're talking about, man.
Yeah, the funniest thing about this to me is like, I don't want to be Kofi Coburn. Dog, when they recruited you, weren't they telling you you're the next Kofi Coburn? Like, I would assume that's the exact pitch based on what Morez's game has been out of high school and what Kofi Coburn was at Illinois. Like that, it's like I don't even have a comp for this, right? It would be like John Shire telling Cooper Flagg, like, "Oh, Coop, come here. You're going to be our Paolo Banchero this year," and Coop's like, "Dog, you wasted Paolo. What?"
Yeah. Or like if it's a role, I guess we'll get more into the quote here, but like I don't want my role to be that. Mrez, you're from Illinois. You've been committed to Illinois since you were like a sophomore. Don't you see what they when had they ever like I don't know, use don't go to like if you want to be like a point forward center, like when has Illinois ever done that?
Right. Well, ah, this year, which I think is the elephant in the room with this conversation.
Okay, that's a fair how they use Big T.
Yeah, so look, I can simultaneously believe that Morez and Morez's family, if these rumors are true, if this is why Morez is in the portal and these were conversations that were had with either the Illinois staff or media members or anybody, if this is true, it's hilariously wrong from Morez and his family. Like just the idea that you deserve a different role than Kofi Coburn is crazy. Morez has shown nothing this year to warrant that. Now, I'm as high on Morez as anybody. I think he will end his college career being a superstar somewhere. But like Morez is a 61% free throw shooter. He didn't attempt a three-pointer. He shouldn't be attempting a three-pointer if that's the question. He had 8 assists to 23 turnovers. What exactly do you want? You want to be running like playmaking stuff through Morez Johnson? Absolutely not. He's shown none of this in 1 year. Now he could add that down the line, but like all of Morez's gifts map to exactly how he was used this year. He's an
Right.
elite rebounder. He was asked to go rebound. So I just don't get it. I feel like there's a disconnect between like what the family views him as and what he really is. Now, flipping that, I can simultaneously believe all that's true and laugh at the Kofi quote. It's hilarious. And on the flip side, I see where they're coming from because look, they may have said it differently. They may have pointed to the wrong names, Kofi, Dane, those are the wrong names. Here's what I think the real issue was here. The way Brad Underwood and Tyler Underwood and the staff, whoever the offensive coordinators are, the way they set up this team was very much, hey, Kasparis, you get to do whatever you want. Hey, Big T, you get to do whatever you want. We're going to run everything through you. Everybody else better figure it out. Hey, Morez, you better rebound for these guys. Hey, Ben, you better make your shots. Stand in the corner, make your shots. Hey, Trey White, I don't know. We're going to play some other guys right now, but we'll try you. Like,
Cherish.
right. Just like shut up and get out of the way, right? Like it's not. And look, I'm not saying they're necessarily wrong, but it took this staff 4 months to even move usage onto Will Riley. Like Will Riley showed some playmaking flashes late in the season that he wasn't even really asked to do for the first 3 months when he was coming off the bench behind Benham Rickhouse. So look, I think there are some fair gripes, and the reality, I mentioned in the last video, it's clunky. There are egos involved in this sport in the NIL era. And what I hear from Morez and his family here is basically prioritize my development in the front court. I don't think Illinois did that. I don't think they were ever willing to do that. They view Big T as their superstar. And if you view Big T as your superstar in the front court, guess what? The conversation with Morez then becomes, well, do the little things. Do the dirty things. Figure out how to fit in around him. And don't think I would agree with that either. If I was in Morez's camp and they asked me about this, I would be like, look, this isn't what's best for you.
Yeah, I mean, true. Because look, you got to think too. Like Morez and his family, his camp, and his father. The end goal for them is to probably reach the NBA, right? And that's not going to happen when you're going to be in the role that he's probably going to be in, as long as Big T's there, and Big T's not going anywhere. Like what, Morez isn't going to be in the role he wants to be in until he's a senior, and he could get more money possibly somewhere else. I mean, it makes sense. It sucks though. It's just you have. I mean, Morez was a big time recruit, man. Like they kept in the in-state kid who was the Mr. Illinois in state, and he had a very productive freshman year, and now it's on to somewhere else.
Yeah. It's but it is crazy to hear it laid out like that. In hearing all of these quotes, or this was the conversation, do you think there's anything Illinois could have done to keep him reasonable or no?
No,
It doesn't feel that way, right?
no,
Now I feel obligated to ask this. You're the biggest Dane Danger guy on the planet. Your guy got name dropped here as a guy that, look at Dane. He was misused. Look what he became this year. Fair argument with the way Dane Danger played down the stretch of this year. What is your take on that? Was Dane Danger misused at Illinois?
uh, for what? No, and I'm a dang guy, so this takes a lot for me to say.
I can't believe you're saying no.
Well, I mean, if Illinois' strategy was to be this team with a guy that everyone can quote unquote shoot, that's not that's not Dane. And also like Dane had the ball in his hands a lot. Like it was PJ Haggerty and like Dane was having the ball in his hands, especially a lot when Tyrese Hunter was out, and he was like able to push on the break and everything like that. Brad would have had him sitting on the bench the moment he took more than three dribbles.
Yeah, you're right. But
But also
isn't
like
that
just
Morez and family's point though? Would have had you on the bench if you take three dribbles.
yeah.
Is that a system that bigs want to go play in right now? Like at this point, Illinois basically should never recruit a non-perimeter oriented big at this point. If that's the approach, like would Brad Underwood recruit Kofi at this point?
I mean, look, I thought Dan, for what it's worth, Dan would have been awesome on this team. Like I get, like, don't tell me he's a bad defender. He might be. Also, like Big T's not a good defender. So let's stop that noise right now. And Dan can pass his ass off just like Big T can pass. So yeah, I don't know. Free Dane.
Yeah. I don't know. I simultaneously think like they're making decent points, but they're choosing the wrong way to say it. Don't act like Kofi Coburn was misused or is a disappointment.
Yeah, that's crazy that he led with that.
Yeah. So maybe in the end, the lesson here is that Morez and family are some psychos, and we kind of love that, don't we?
Yeah, yeah. What are we gonna be as parents?
I don't know. You talk a lot about how you're not ever going to be the psycho parent,
I'm
but
not like there's no way I do this.
we could be psychos for each other's kids. You could do this for my kids, and I could do this for Leon.
I mean, like he missed the mid, like he mentioned, like he missed the mid range and he pulled him out in the Kentucky game or something like that. Why the hell are you shooting the mid range?
Right.
I'm right there with Brad. His ass out.
Right.
Oh,
They
what you?
lost me when it got, well, they lost me on the Kofi stuff, to be honest, but at the end, lost me again when they said Ty Rodgers can shoot. He's not allowed to.
Yeah, there's some there's a and I this word kind of carries a negative connotation, but it's not meant to be negative. There's a little bit of delusion going on here.
Kind of love it. Where do you think Morez is going, by the way? I'm hearing some North Carolina rumors. Have you heard those?
Okay, so there's nothing that says I'm being misused and I want to be used correctly. Go bring with Hubert Davis. Love what he did with Van Allen Lubin this year. I could really see me in that role.
Yeah.
Come on, dog.
Yeah. Not great. Not great.
Honestly, send him to Memphis.
Yeah, not great.
Go follow Dane. It is March, and that means that March Madness is upon us. And if you are looking for a place to play, Underdog Fantasy has you covered. Sign up and deposit using code SLEEPERS, that's code SLEEPERS, to receive up to $1,000 in bonus credit plus a free pick. Head over to Underdog Fantasy today and use promo code SLEEPERS to take advantage of this amazing offer.